Welcome fun friends, this is Janet with Photography Makes. I'm here to share a tutorial on the wood shapes, ink transfers. So Saturday Morning Makes is a collaboration with Jill Norwood, if you all don't know already, to get a little craft time in the morning on Saturday. So today I'm actually doing that, and I decided, since everybody wanted to see how I make my wood shapes, I would share it. I've learned this technique watching a lot of other YouTubers do it, so it's not unique to me. I'm not doing anything special or different necessarily, but I am happy that you want to see how I do it, so I'm happy to share it. Okay, so there's a couple of things that are important to know. The first thing is you're going to need just plain copy paper. This is what I use. I just get this at Office Depot. That's what I have in my area. You can get it at Walmart. You can get plain paper anywhere. You can get it at Dollar Tree even. But you want a, what is this, 20 pound? You want a really thin, yeah, it's a 20 pound weight, regular copy paper. Okay, you're going to need laser ink prints. So this is a couple I have printed up. These are all from French Paper Moon on Etsy. I'll link her below so you can find her easily. And you just size your prints to the size of the shape that you're going to use. This one I already traced, so we're going to probably use that guy. Okay, oh, and this one here. Like I said the other day, I really wanted to get this one, and I did. Okay, you're going to need Modge Podge. I'm using matte Modge Podge. You can use glossy if you like glossy. I'm using matte because I think it looks nice on the wood. I'm using just white, just basic white acrylic paint. This is also a matte finish. But you can use chalk paint if you want to. I haven't tried it with the chalk paint. I've only been using the acrylic, and the acrylic works fine, and I like the color of it, so I'm happy with it. Okay, I use a like a vinyl scraper. They do have these at Dollar Tree. This is what it looks like. I use a 3/4 inch brush to paint both my Modge Podge and my acrylic paint. I use the same brush. I actually just rinse it off and keep going. But Dollar Tree does sell packs like this. It's called Master Stroke. But they do have a 2-pack with this size brush and another smaller, I think it's a round brush. I couldn't find the original package, but it actually looks like this. But see, it's the same size, same length, bristles and all that. Okay, you're gonna need wood shapes. Let me put this over here. So Dollar Tree right now has their Christmas shapes out, so you can get ornament shapes. You can get, plaque shapes, and they all look like this. This is what the back looks like. It says wood plaque, 5x7. And some of them are hanging, because some of them have hangers, which you're going to be pulling off anyways. They also have sleds out right now. They also with the ornaments, they have stars, and I've seen bells. So these are fun. They're a nice size shape. They're not too overwhelming. Okay, and the sleds. Yeah, so Dollar Tree has a bunch of shapes right now, and you can find wood plaques at Joann's. I know I've seen them at Hobby Lobby, obviously. Any place that sells like wood burning stuff, they'll have wood shapes as well. Walmart has them too. Okay, is there anything else I'm forgetting? I don't think so. I have a piece of sandpaper here to, get down like some of these edges. A little, I don't know if you can see that there. There's a little fur edge there, so I sand those down. Okay, so that would be the start of my prep, I guess. So the first thing I do is remove stickers. any tags, stickers on the back. I peel all those off. And then, which shape am I going to use today? Well, I'm actually going to end up using this shape, I think, for the Modge Podge process. Because I've got a couple prepped here. So I do that first. Remove stickers and sand down the edges. Okay? And then once I do that, I paint them. And this time I picked white acrylic paint. You can pick any kind of acrylic paint. Honestly, it could be any color. You just don't want your image to get lost in it. So that's why I picked white. So I got a bunch painted. So paint your shape. Decide on your shape, paint your shape. Sometimes that's the hardest part. Okay. And then after we paint our shapes, you're going to pick your image and what you're going to put onto your shape. So for this tutorial, I'm going to do the skates, the ice skates. And I was going to show you how I ended up doing this. So I have a light right here. This is my camera. This is my light. It's like right here. So I take my piece of paper. You can see I did it on this one. That already has a trace around it. And I take my shape. And I literally flip it over. And I use it kind of like a light box. So I'm holding my paper up. I don't know. Can you see that? So my shape's right here. And my paper's right here. And I kind of look to see where this image falls on this shape. And as soon as I like it, I try to carefully, like literally flip this over and put it down. I obviously didn't do a very good job there, but that's okay. And I take my pencil and I trace around it. So then I know that once I trace this around and cut it out, so I size down my images once I decide what shape and what image I'm using. So let's cut this out real quick here. It doesn't have to be perfect because obviously the white of the paper won't show up. The only thing that's going to stick is the ink from the laser print. And make sure you're using a laser print because I don't think inkjet works for this. I think it will bleed. So, you know. And these don't have to be color either. They could be black and white. I have a black and white laser printer as well, which you can get at Walmart for $100. And the black and white laser printing, you can do so many other things with it. You can do foiling, and it's good for like basic printing as well. It's good for like making tags. So I don't know. I find value in a black and white laser printer as well. Okay, so that is my shape. And I can pretty much, I don't know if you can see that, but you can kind of see through the paper to where the shape is. You can also trim this down more if you want to. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, I sometimes crease my edges, so I really want my Hot Cocoa Factory printing to be at the top. So I can see through this because of my my light. So I might want to like crease this up a little bit and then like cut around there so that I know, see how I made that little crease there? So I know that's the top and that's where I want it. So let's do that real quick. So it might be easier to line up when you're actually gluing this down. Like there's my point. So that's going to be my lineup spot for this print. And you want to try to get it as even as possible. Obviously it's hard to see a little bit, but if you have a good light, I can see through all of this. And I don't know if you can. You probably can't, and that's okay. Okay, so the next step, once you have your paper prepped and your piece painted, you're gonna get your Modge Podge out. So let's move this over. Hold on, I've got things a little bit everywhere. It's okay. It's how that goes sometimes. Okay. So I already did the whole, like, you know, shadow box thing and make sure I had it lined up. So I know that this bottom piece and these edges at the top are exactly where I want this piece to go. All right, so I have a little bottle of Modge Podge as well. You can buy these at Dollar Tree. A lot of this project is Dollar Tree, actually. And I just put a little bit right on my block. So the secret to this is you want enough, but not too much. And you'll know you have too much because when you squeegee the photo onto your block, you know, the Modge Podge will ooze out. You don't want that because the Modge Podge dries and it'll leave like a little bit of a, I don't know, you know how hot glue has that little, you know, like wad of glue or whatever. Modge Podge does the same thing. And you can see it. So you want to evenly coat this as best as you can. I go up and down, side to side, until I feel really comfortable that I have good coverage and every point is covered. And this doesn't dry too quick. It takes a little bit of time. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Oh, and I also have a surface here. I didn't talk about that, but I have a surface here that will just wipe off glue or paint. So I have like little paint here. I can just run this underwater and it'll come right off. It's probably good to protect your surface as well. Okay, so now that I have my Modge Podge on, I feel pretty good about it. I'm going to carefully lay this exactly where I want it. You have a little bit of wiggle room. It doesn't dry immediately. I then finger press this onto my piece of wood. Basically why I'm finger pressing it is I don't want any bubbles on here. Because if you have a bubble, it's not gonna stay. The ink's not gonna transfer. Okay, so once I finger press it and I feel good about it, I take my little craft scraper and I rub this right onto the block. And at this point, you'll be able to tell if you have too much glue because it'll squeeze out the edges. So far, it feels pretty good. We'll look at it just to make sure because you never know. And I do this until I feel like it's adhered and I have no bubbles, it's flat. But I find this step and this little tool is really helpful. Okay. So once this is set up, see I have a little bit of glue here. Can you see that? A little tiny bit of glue. So I'm just going to wipe that off with my finger because I don't want that to hang over. But I definitely want this piece down all the way. Okay, so you're not going to be able to see the reveal of this today, but now you let this dry. And I let mine dry a couple hours. You'll know when it's dry. You could just tell. You have to do a couple. You just know. I mean, you can't tell from these two, but this one's been drying for a couple of days, so I'm excited to see what this one looks like. Because I have no idea. And then I have these two that have been drying overnight. They're both little sleds. I have no idea how these are going to turn out, so I guess we could find out together. Okay, so once you have that drying and you're ready, because it's dry, the next step is revealing your, just trying to get some glue out of here, revealing your print and seeing if you're transfer tech. So next thing you're going to need is a spray bottle of water. So you're going to get this wet so the paper's wet because you're going to rub the paper off. Okay, ready? I've been waiting for this. So I just put a bit of water on there and rub it with my fingers. Make sure it's not, you don't want to soak it so much, but you definitely want to get the paper wet. Add a little more. Okay. You can already see Santa. So I'm going to start rubbing this off gently. Oh, see, this one didn't take. So let's rub this off gently. Yep, this one didn't take. That's okay. There's gonna be prints that do and prints that don't. So I'm not sure why this one didn't take, but this one didn't take. And that's okay. Makes my tutorial look bad, but that's alright. No big deal. Yep, so that one didn't work. Okay, that's fine. So what I'm going to do with this one actually is I'm probably going to sand off the face and start over. Or sand it flat. Let's see if it'll work. I was so excited about this one too. I really wanted that one to work. I don't know if I put enough Modge Podge on. It might not have been enough. So, okay. Well, let's see if the sleds worked. I know the big ones worked. I took my time on them and everything. I don't know. Maybe that one was rushed. Okay, I did these ones last night. So hopefully I have something to show you because I know the first 4 or 5 I did worked just fine. I don't think I did anything different. That's embarrassing, actually. It's like, welcome to my world. Okay, so you gotta get your paper wet and then lightly start rubbing off the paper. See if this one took. Oop, so far so good. Maybe I didn't have enough coverage on the Modge Podge on the other one. Okay, I think this one's safe. So I'm gonna keep that in there because I want you to know that it's okay. Failure is a thing, and from failure we just learn, and that's the only way we do learn is by failing sometimes, and that's okay. Failure is always an option. It's also okay to fail because we have to teach our kids and just people in general that it's okay to keep trying. Because if you don't keep trying, then there's no point in doing all of this. So I'm lightly using the pad on my finger to rub this paper off. I'm not rubbing really hard. I'm letting the water do most of the work. And yeah, I lost a little bit at the wheels. That's okay. Makes it look a little rustic. I'm okay with that. I like the idea of it being a little bit rustic. Alright. So let's rub that off. We're going to rub this piece off. You can kind of tell too because there'll be a little bit of like a white residue left over. Like when this dries a little bit, you could feel it too, honestly. Okay, so like, can you see like there's still a little bit of paper there. It's like kind of white. There's a little bit of paper here. I'm trying to be a little bit ginger because I don't want the whole thing to just rub off. As long as you have most of it on there, and once you Modge Podge it, it'll stay there forever. So I just got to get to that point. But yes, if it took well, you should be able to rub this in confidence that it's not going to all come off. But, you know, there's times that it just does, I guess, so it's okay. I was excited to see what that one was going to look like. But that's okay. We'll try again. We'll use the same one. I'll repaint it and we'll try again. Okay. So here we are. This one looks okay. This one's cute. It's a simple little image. It's just a wagon with some trees. It says fresh cut Christmas tree, special delivery. And it fits really nice on this piece of wood. I printed this 2x3, if you were curious what size the image was. Okay. That feels really good. There's still a little bit of paper here. You can see it. And you want to take out as much paper off as you can because it actually dulls the picture a bit. Alright, so here you have it. He's cute, right? So yes, a little bit of the tires came off and a little bit of the top piece, the wagon pole piece came off. That's okay. Alright, so when I finish mine, should we do the other reveal or should we finish this? Let's finish this and we'll put it aside. So, I like to use a little bit of Distress Oxide. I use a brush to put it on. I'm just going to go, I just want to make sure that looks, is it okay? Yeah. I'm just going to go and brush the edges like this. Oh, I got paper under there. That's okay. Sneaky. So I'm just brushing the edges. Oops, I'm off camera, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be. And the Modge Podge will make this move around a little bit and soften it up so it'll be like a vignette almost. And you can put as much or as little as you want. And I also think it like draws your eye to the image. It's not like floating in white. So I think it helps ground the picture a little bit too. Oh, I think he's going to be cute. Okay, so I put on a little Distress Oxide. This is Vintage Photo, if I didn't say the color. And, oh, I have to go. Is this Modge Podge? This was Modge Podge. I was like, I have to go wash this, but I don't. We're good. This was Modge Podge because we did the other picture. I couldn't remember. Like I said, I flipped back and forth with the same paintbrush. So, okay. So yeah, just you're going to seal it. So you're going to just put a little bit of Modge Podge on here. And the same as before. You're just going to brush it on. You don't want globs on the edge. And you want to make sure you take care of these because they will dry and because you use the distress, it, you know. All right. It's going to go up one more time. Oh, this is also a good time if you want to add glitter. So you can add loose glitter. I'm going to spray mine. I'm going to add, let's see here. I'm going to add some of this glitter dust in iridescent. Let me get my spray box here. I'm just going to put this in my spray box quick because it's stinky and it kind of gets everywhere. Okay. It's like super stinky. It's so pretty though. Whew. Okay. I don't know if you're going to see that on camera. You probably won't. Glitter doesn't always show up on camera. But it's there and it's pretty. It's just a dusting. So it's just enough to be pretty. But you could also, like, if you wanted, you could also, like, stickle this. So, like, I've got, like, these green, this isn't stickles, this is, like, recollections. But you can add, like, this green onto the trees. Should we do that? I'm going to wait because I already Modge Podged it. So if you do it before, do I have an example? I don't. If you do the stickles before you put the Modge Podge on, it takes away like the glitter aspect of it. Like it dulls down the glitter. The glitter's still there, but it's not as sparkly. That's not a bad thing. It's just a, a preference of look. Okay, so we're going to let that one dry. I also want to mention that you can stain your wood piece. Now, this was a fail as well, and that's okay. I'm showing it because, you guys can experiment and maybe you'll have a better process or grasp on materials or whatever. But the only thing I found, like with the sleds specifically with the stain, there's a lot of like white spots from the manufacturer gluing this kind of sloppily. So I didn't mind that so much, but I stained it and I pretty much Modge Podged this pretty quick after I stained it. I don't think I let it cure enough. So the image stuck somewhat, but it's hard to see. So I wouldn't, I probably wouldn't stain those. I don't think so. I like the white. I think the white looks really cool. Okay, so yeah, we're going to let this dry. I'm going to finish this off by adding like probably, I'm using wire, probably a wire hanger or something, or maybe even something like this with the bells. This might be cute too, and add the bells across. I'm not sure, but maybe I'll post some pictures on Instagram or something to show how how the final piece turned out. But yeah, so that's the gist of it. I guess we can want to reveal this one to see if it took. Oh god. Let's reveal this one too. Let's see if this one took. Because now I'm curious. I'm a little sad. So let's let's see if this one comes out a little bit. So I'm going to move this water around. Soak up the paper. So this one is this was like a solid print. So this whole print had ink on it. So I don't know what's going to happen with this one. This print also came from a bag, like a bag, a Christmas bag. I just scanned it into my computer and sized it down. You got to make sure you print these in reverse too. And I don't know if I said that at the top, but when you're printing your images, you got to make sure they're printed in reverse. So you just do a little flip in your edit. So you can't read the words. They're all going to be backwards, so that when you lay it forwards, it will it'll read correctly. Okay. This one seemed to have stuck, so that's good news. Oh, it's cute. I really, really liked this image. I just thought it was so cute. And it says Starlight Sleigh Rides on it. So I thought it was nice for the little sled. Oops. Okay, so that little corner didn't stick. That's all right. I want to get rid of this piece of paper at the top. And sometimes you might intentionally rub a little harder to make some of the image come off. You know, to give it a little age or a little bit less perfect. Because sometimes, see like how there's a line here. I don't mind it. But you might want to rub off some of that line. Oh yeah, okay. This one turned out okay. Okay, let me get my, I find a rag helps. Because sometimes the paper keeps rubbing into itself. And that's a little annoying. So yeah. This one I'm going to have to work on a little longer, but this one stuck too. Got lucky. So hopefully in conclusion, This is one of the finals from Thursday. And yeah, I added a little hanger. I stapled the wire onto the back, and I strung the beads. And then I added these little bells. I thought the bells were really cute. You could add charms. You could do anything. You can do any kind of hanger too. You can use, I don't think I have them near me, but you can use, you know, like the garland ties, and then like, you know, wrap beads around that. There's so many ways you can finish these off. You don't even need a hanger if you don't want to. This could easily sit in a tier tray, you know, but this gives you an option of hanging it if you choose to. I hot glued ribbon on the back to hide the wire, and that completes my project. So I hope the tutorial was clear. If you have any questions, let me know. If I didn't tell you a color or whatever, a size or whatnot, yeah, just let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure I get you the information. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great Saturday.